We are having some fun up here. It fits the brand. Jesse, you've described this brand we see here behind us as perhaps one of the most fun brands that you've ever created. For starters, where the heck is Loco Beach, Jesse?
We created Loco Beach.
Okay.
And I mean that.
Yeah.
There was an intentionality behind Loco Beach. And we want to bring the beach, Loco Beach, all over the country. And it's a lifestyle. It's a way of being. You better believe the plaza is going to be beach lifestyle. The parking lot, the stadium, we're going to make it feel like a beach. And Loco Beach just sounds like the most fun place in the world. And you think about the inspiration. Obviously you think about Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville, all the fun. Like, why can't we bring that to Banana Ball? And why can't we bring it with the Flying Hawaiian?
Yeah, Shane, you hear that brand. You hear how Jesse sold it. This beach going anywhere. You're pretty comfortable on a beach. Was this just a no-brainer for you?
Absolutely. When Jesse called and, he spoke on the theme of it, and I said, I'm in. There was no questions to be asked. I mean, just the fact of, I get to, grow up in a beautiful place like Hawaii. I was basically, based around the beach and all the things that I did as a kid. And to hear, now in Banana Ball coming back and having a team created around kind of that team, it's absolutely amazing.
And Jesse, having seen Shane play with us before, obviously he played before us a little bit as well, did pretty decent there. What stood out the most about him that said, this, not only is this the brand, but this is the brand for Shane Victorino?
You'd be surprised at this answer because obviously Shane's fun and the way he played, and he obviously inspired a lot of people playing. But it was the first few years, he's joined us in Vegas, joined us last year in Philly, and again this year. He stayed till the end of the night. And we would have our fans' first chats, and this was hours after the game, signing autographs. He would stay to the end of the night to be around. And, that's not an easy thing to do. You got a family in his round, and it showed that he was really bought in and believed in this. And I remember we gave you a shout-out last year in Philly, and the whole staff pulled behind you. And I think that says a lot. And we want people that love being a part of this because what we do is hard. We put a lot of hours, a lot of energy into it, and Shane showed that from day one joining us. And we've had fun. We've joked around, and he can still play a little bit. Remember, he had his first hit. He had a walk-off hit. I'll never forget his kids running out on the field to celebrate with him, and it's like you got to feel it. Shane got to feel the power of Banana Ball, and now hopefully inspire and bring so many more people involved into it.
Shane,
Absolutely.
You hear that from Jesse. What made you stick around those games? What kept you there when there's probably a lot of things, as Jesse pointed out, probably pulling you in different directions on a night like that?
I just think what Banana Ball created, and it brought that love back to the game. And not saying that I lost it, but, going into retirement and just kind of, not being around the game. And I think the thing that stood out to me more importantly, and I said it to Jesse, was the fact of, like, it attached me back to my kids and back to that, that age of kids where there is a bridge gap. A lot of the kids that I get to coach now or, be around, a lot of the youth, they don't. And so it drew me in that much more to just be around it, to see what it was all about, at the end of the night. Like I said, it wasn't to sit there and take in. And I was very surprised by that when Jesse, gave me that shout out there and thank you. But again, it was all about, like I said, it was a family. And I feel like, for me, growing up in Hawaii, a family was everything, Ohana was everything, and to sit there that night in the back of the room and look at how Jesse and everybody was one family, and that's what made me stay around and say, when that opportunity came to be a part of this, I said I was all in.
Now Shane, you obviously have played at the highest level of your sport you possibly could, but when it comes to being a primetime coach here in Banana Ball, and moreover, for the Coconuts, what are you looking for, and maybe who would be a player that fits the mold of an ideal coconut?
I definitely will want to look at Polynesian-born players some way, somehow along the way, so hopefully we can get some of that. But with that being said, more importantly, I just told Coach, I wanted kids to play with heart, just like I did. Play hard, have fun, and bring it. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, you're out there for 2 hours. Bring it every pitch. Bring it every player. Play defense, and like I said, I think that's what my team's going to be about. And I said that. And if you're not part of it and you don't, that's not what you bring, then, obviously that guest manager is going to have, or I should say the primetime manager will have a say.
You like this, Jesse?
I do. And with Shane, too, it's about having fun. Yeah. It's about having fun, and that's what we do best. We know if we have fun, we play better. This team is going to have so much fun. We're going to build a cast of characters. We're going to build players that have fun, and you're going to feel it. It's like a day at the beach, but they're going to be the ones at the beach that are the most competitive players on the beach. Like, you're playing football on the beach, you're the most competitive. If you're surfing, you're the most competitive. If you're playing wiffle ball, you're the most competitive. Frisbee, like, that's what it's going to be. But it's going to be that fun lifestyle, and I think it's going to be great.